Greetings viewers and subscribers, welcome back to another vlog. This is Farmer Andrew and you're at the channel Fruits for the Youths. So peeps, today back on the farm again. Got some work done yesterday, clearing some of the land. So today what I'm going to do, I'm going to pretty much treat the cabbage nursery, treat the pumpkins, treat the corn. I'm going to give them some biostimulants and also some insecticide. Also, I'm going to dig some pumpkin holes today. My friend Sonman should come and help me, but I'm going to show you how we prep the land to really plant the pumpkins. So we're going to dig the holes today. So peeps, I want you to come along on the journey with me, while I do the task today. Now see, I have my table, I have my spray pan, and of course I have my chemicals, and I'm going to pretty much show you what I'm going to do. So stick around. All right. So just to show you what I'm going to use today, I have the 45, I have some carrot chocks, I have some Bio 20 with seaweed, I have the green stem, I have the cytokine, I have the carbendazim. Of course I have my spreader and my indicarb. Alright. So pretty much I'm going to treat the nursery peeps with some of these things and ensure that it is healthy and strong. Also I'm going to treat the pumpkin. Give it some fungicide. This is a fungicide here, carbendazim. I'm also going to put a little carrot chocks on the pumpkin. Now for the corn, I'm going to use a little cytokine. Alright, a little indicarb and the sticker spreader. Alright, so this is an insecticide. This is for worms. You have to really check your corn, people. And this is a biostimulant. Alright, this increases the production. And this is the sticker spreader just in case it rains. Or this is an adjuvant then, pretty much. And of course I have the 2020, which can go on the corn and also on the pumpkin. So that's what I'm pretty much going to do today, peeps. I'm going to treat the crops, yeah, and ensure that they grow healthy and strong. Alright, so I'm going to go about and start doing that until Soundman comes to help me with these pumpkin holes. So I'll see you in a little bit, peeps. So here's what I'm using on the cabbage nursery now, peeps. This is the Fortify, and this improves the health of the plant and give it a disease resistance. Alright, this is an adjuvant, which is a sticker spreader. This keeps the nutrients on the plant in case it rains or stuff like that. This is I use the green stem. Alright, and this is like a biostimulant that makes boost the cabbage growth and stuff like that in the nursery. And we have the Bio 20, which is a type of fertilizer. Alright, and at this stage we don't really put any insecticide in it because insects don't really trouble the nursery. Maybe slugs or snails. And I have the plant guard here for that. And I'm not going to really put none of this in it unless I'm seeing some form of slug. Now this right here is a gallon. This red stripe bucket right here is a gallon bucket. So I only put 1 gallon. I mix the gallon already and put it in the gallon is on this side, yeah? Gallon. And put it in the pan. So it's basically 1 gallon in the sprayer. So I'm going to apply this to the cabbage nursery right now. So just a reminder, peeps, it is recommended that you spray early in the morning when the grass is still wet or the plants are still wet, so it can absorb the nutrients better. Alright, so our cabbage nursery, peeps, is the first time I'm planting this variety of cabbage, Eldoretta. I've seen the Tropicana is back on the market now. But look at these now, peeps. These cabbages are looking so good. As I said, it needs to be weeded out. But sometimes, peeps, when you try to pull out the grass, peeps, it pretty much comes up, the cabbage, the seedlings comes up. So I don't want that to happen. But for most part, I'm seeing a lot of cabbage mixed with the grass. But the nursery is not looking too bad. As I said, I'm concerned about what's eating this right here. Don't know what it is as yet. But I'm still not going to rush it. Just going to spray the nursery right now, peeps. Let me take these two big weeds out of it. So I'm gonna go ahead now, peeps, and remember, I don't need to mix a lot of spray, because it's just a little nursery, a 5,000 nursery, so 1 gallon or less can do here. Alrighty, so let's see how it goes now, peeps. So here I am applying nutrients to the nursery. Alright, good. So you can see the difference if you look carefully. This has the nutrients on it, this doesn't. The colors are kind of different because when I spray it, you can tell the difference. Alright, so I'm gonna have to spray all of here, so I'll see you in a little bit. So there we have it now, peeps. The nursery has been sprayed. And let's see if this boosts the production of the nursery over the next few days. Now, peeps, I would definitely love to weed this nursery out, pull out the weeds. But I would have to ask some advice if it is okay for me to weed it now, or do I have to wait until they grow a little bit bigger. If the person is going to give me the advice comes on time, which is sound, man, you know, he's a seasoned farmer more than I am, I'm going to try to weed out this nursery today, peeps, so it can look lovely. Because look at this cabbage, peeps, and look at this weed right here. You see the difference? The weed has some purple looking stem and some, you know, little white thing on the stems. This is not cabbage right here, so I have to pull this up. But this over here on the other hand look just like the cabbage. Cabbage look just like it, sorry. So it's kind of hard for me to pull out, peeps. I know the difference. It takes a lot of focus and commitment to weed the nursery out. Alright. So one of the tasks has been completed. I've treated the cabbage nursery. So I'm watching it now. It's early in the morning. Sun is out. Minutes to 8 now. So what I'm going to do now, peeps, I'm going to treat the pumpkins now. There are more pumpkins. It's going to take me a little bit more time. After I treat the pumpkins, I'm going to go and treat the corn. Now, when you're mixing the chemicals for the pumpkin, you cannot mix them very strong, peeps. You have to follow the instructions carefully. The pumpkins are very delicate. So if you put too much of the chemicals on it, you'll realize that the leaves just get dried up and all that stuff, or burnt up, and you don't want that. For most part, my pumpkins are looking healthy. This is a younger one. I'm seeing flies on it. And right here now, you can see where something is eating the leaves. So I definitely have to use some carrot tracks on it to get rid of whatever is eating it. Look at this pumpkin piece, it looks powerful right here. See, nice. So I have pumpkin across. I have it across here. Now this one, I don't have any here. I'm gonna have to transplant another one here. I have here. And this one is coming on. Alright. You know, a little grass, a little bush is killing me, peeps, stifling the pumpkins, but I'm gonna get there today. See if I can do as much work as I can today. Weed out the pumpkins, treat them, and then tomorrow I might just weed out the corns. Alright? Good. So now, peeps, you can see that the weather is upon us because it is this early in the morning and the wind is picking up already. Alright, so you know, in situation like this, you have to hold your nozzle, your sprayer nozzle very low so it doesn't blow. Now, I've made the mixture 5 gallons for the pumpkin. So what I did, I put some Caratrax, which is a contact insecticide, contact spray. I use some plant guard to get rid of the slugs and the snail that may be attacking the pumpkin leaves. The carbendazim, which is a fungicide, and also the sticker spreader, which is an adjuvant. So I put them inside here, of course, along with some 2020. This is a 2020. The same thing as this pretty much, but this has seaweed in it. So that's the mixture that is in this. So now I'm gonna gloves up again and I'm gonna spray the pumpkins. I'm gonna start from this side and then I finish on that side over there with the pumpkin. Alright, so come along again, peeps. So just to give you a little view as to how I'm spraying these pumpkins, and as you can see, the pumpkins need to be weeded out. A lot of grass around them. Alright, and they're progressing very well, peeps. If you're watching this video and reach this far, please like the video, please share the video. This is how this channel will grow. So yes, peeps, let's try to get the spray all over the leaves, all over the pumpkin. And look, peeps, the day is very overcast. The sun is in and out, but I have to get the task done. Clouds are moving fast. So yes, peeps, the pumpkin farm, that's what I've become now. Pumpkin farmer, no? Getting ready to clear over there, plant some pumpkins. I'm going to make the holes today, so you'll see how that turns out. Okay, so here I am, peeps, trying to get the corns sprayed. And as usual, you know, the corn needs to be weeded out or debush. But they reach a level now, peeps, where you don't really have to debush it. You can just run some herbicide through it. Pretty much have to watch corn, peeps, because worms love corn, and if you can see, they're eating it already. So you have to pretty much spray this corn every single week. I've missed 1 week, I'm not spraying it, and this is the result of it. So peeps, since the breeze is so heavy, I have to give and take. I have to put the nozzle like down in here and try to get it on most of the corn, as much of it as possible. I did not know that it's gonna be so windy, but sometimes you set out to do some things, peeps, and environmental factors will say otherwise, but you still have to do what you have to do. It is not recommended for you to spray when it is windy, but what else am I going to do today, peeps? I have to get this done. So sometimes you have to break the rules, peeps, or do what you have to do. Simple. Alright. So yes, peeps, I'm still at it. Now the last but not least, right over here, where you see it's brown, I'm gonna measure or line out the hole. Line up where I'm gonna put the holes to accommodate the pumpkin. But I'm taking a rest, peeps. I've been working all morning, taking a break now, just easing in. Now what we have here is a cane piece, peeps. I got some nice chunky fat cane out of here. I took them to the market and the people love them. So what I'm gonna do now, peeps, in that bag right there, I have me some cones. When I was a teacher, you know, I had my own set of cones. Now I'm using them in the farm. So I'm gonna use these to mark where I'm gonna put the pumpkin. So stick around and I'll show you that in a little bit. So basically what you just saw me did, peeps, I pretty much marked out 2 rows 5 meters apart. Alright, 5 by 10, or should I say 8 by 10, say 8 meters by 10 meters apart. And that is how I want my pumpkins to be, and I want them to be in a straight row, so whenever I'm spraying them I don't get confused. So the purpose of the markers and the cones is to I place them where I want the pumpkin holes to be dig. Alright. Now if you should take a look at how big or how wide a pumpkin hole should be, I pretty much say the size of a barrel cover. Anybody know barrel we get from foreign with goods in it? Them barrel cover there. So the diameter is about that, the barrel cover. And we dig it deep enough where we can you know, put the fertilizer around it. So you're going to plant the pumpkin right in the center or anywhere in there. And this is what a pumpkin mount looks like. Alright. Also have another one here. Cool. If you're not familiar with meters, you can use your steps to measure from one hole to the next. Alright, but I was an athlete, so I'm kind of familiar with meters. You know, 10 steps for me is like 10 meters. 10 to 8 steps is like 10 meters for me. So I kind of know how I want my pumpkin mount. So I use measurement, peeps. Alright. And this is what the hole or the mount look like. About the size of a barrel cover or a drum cover. we pretty much do, we kind of clear the area where we want the pumpkins mound to be. So you clear the area with your machete. If you notice, peeps, are in the middle of the bush that was burnt the other day. Yeah. So instead of waiting on the land to clear, you know, we can put the pumpkin mound in and plant the pumpkin. Then we kind of clear the land after, so you don't lose. So time doesn't lapse as it relates to the pumpkin being grown. Alright, so all you need is your machete and your fork. That's how we pretty much clear the area. I'm going to use the fork now. As you can see, got someone here. And the land is very wet, peeps, because of the heavy rains. So this is how we dig the pumpkin mound. Like I said, people, the land is very wet because of the heavy rains. Professor dry? Tight?
Tight.
You tight?
It's 1 pound width.
Oh. So you see, peeps? So you see how we're making the size of the barrel top cover. Go around and you make the mount. And what you have to do now, you have to kind of, you know, sieve out the big patch of dirt, like can I use a fork to break it down so it get a little bit soft, you know, just to accommodate the pumpkin. And look at this, peeps, there's some nice earthworms in there, you know, big. All sort of stuff crawling out the land. So you have spiders, you have grasshoppers, you have ants. Look at the ants, peeps. A lot of ants. And this is how you make a pumpkin mound. Right there. And see? Based off the measurement I gave you down there with the rows and the columns, this is based off it, alright, see? So right here in the bush, we have the pumpkin mound. And if I go straight, this is a type of maca tree right here. I'm not going to walk through that, so I'm going to walk around it. But here's the other hole, right here. Other mount, I should say. And have another one right here. And see, comes back out here where we have the pumpkin, peeps. So this is where we reach as it relates to digging the pumpkin holes. See? Some people might come here and say, okay, this is just dry bush. But within this dry bush, peeps, we have the pumpkin holes. So I'm gonna take up my markers now, peeps. Some of them blow away. But this is how I match up my pumpkin holes, peeps. And they work for me all the time. That is it, peeps. So it's a lot of hard work, peeps. It's bittersweet. Because you know we've been getting a lot of rain. And I need some sun now, and when the sun comes, I'm going to say there's too much sun. So we give thanks. So there you go, peeps. All in a day's work, hard day's work. Someone came and given me a strength, peeps. I always have to look out for someone because he always looks out for me. So, you know it go, peeps. So, peeps, thanks for coming on the journey with me today. Thanks for watching. Love your neighbors, love your friends. Remember, gossip is a broke people's sport. Fruitsfidiyutes say, peace out.